Welcome to SVR IAS Academy. ComeOnIndia.com is our website. In this online video lecture, you will learn an important topic, that is the impact of climate change on the coffee production. It is coming under GS paper 3, Environmental and Ecology section, where you have topic like climate change, global warming, environmental pollution, environmental degradation and other important topics. So, we should know about the impact of climate change on the coffee production and how to mitigate the impacts. So, everyone in the world, when they used to get up from the bed, used to take coffee. So, coffee is an essential part of our life. Do you ever thought coffee production is increasing or decreasing or stable? Because of the climate change and global warming phenomenon, coffee production is going to decrease in near future. Mainly because of the climate change, the area which is suitable for coffee cultivation will come down. So, climate change will halve the area suitable for coffee cultivation. So, because of the climate change impact on the coffee production, around 12 crore people will get affected directly, because these 12 crore people are living in the world's poorest regions where coffee cultivation is famous. Their livelihood is mainly depend on coffee economy. Now let's discuss briefly about where coffee cultivation is mainly occur along with the image. You should know about bean belt. Bean belt is a latitude between 25° north and 30° south. So the region which is located between 25° north and 30° south is called as bean belt. The bean belt is most suitable region for coffee cultivation. There are so many coffee varieties. Out of that, Arabica and Robusta are the important varieties. Arabica grows best at the high altitudes, whereas Robusta prefers high temperature, so it can thrive on the lower ground. It is an important difference between Arabica and Robusta. So, Arabica coffee variety grows on the high altitude, whereas Robusta grows at the lower altitude. Coffee is grown in more than 50 countries around the world. There are so many factors affect the quality and flavor of coffee, like variety of the coffee plant, chemistry of the soil, weather, amount of rainfall, amount of sunshine, and altitude at which the coffee grows. All these factors affect the quality and flavor of coffee. In this image, you can see the coffee belt. Coffee is not grown in the USA, Canada, Europe, Russia and North African countries. So, coffee is mainly grown in India, Pakistan, Southeast Asia, Indonesia, Philippines and Central African countries. In the South America, the important countries which are growing coffee are Brazil and other North countries, and Argentina is not growing coffee much. So these are the regions in the world where coffee cultivation is famous. Noticeably, China is not a big player in the coffee cultivation. So because of the climate change, extreme temperature ranges occurs and unusual high altitude rains also occurs. So because of that, pests and diseases occurs in the coffee farms located in the higher altitude. Usually higher altitude receives less rainfall, but because of the climate change, temperature that high altitude faces also increasing, and because of the high temperature, rainfall also increasing. Because of these factors, coffee cultivation in the high altitude faces many problems. Apart from that, an important disease called coffee leaf rust. Coffee leaf rust affected most of the Central American countries in 2012. The impact of the climate change on the coffee cultivation is not uniform. The impact will vary and depends upon the region. From the consumer's point of view, in near future, the climate change affects coffee cultivation, which in turn alters the flavor, aroma and price of the coffee. Another important point is that most of the coffee growers in the world are poor small holders, because coffee is not grown in the rich regions like US, Canada, Europe and Russia. It is mainly grown in the emerging and developing countries where mainly small or poor farmers involved in the coffee cultivation. So we need high technology to adapt to the climate change. But because of the small and poor farmers, they can't afford the technology to adapt to the climate change. To mitigate the impact of climate change, we need investment. So government should provide incentives to the small farmers to adapt to the technologies, and coffee farmers should move to high ground or should move away from the equator to avoid the impact of climate change on the coffee cultivation. Apart from that, we need to develop more resilient coffee varieties. So these are the steps that we can take to ensure that the impact of the climate change on the coffee cultivation is minimal. The topic is very important for GS paper 1 as well, where geography is a syllabus, where we have the topic called primary, secondary and tertiary sectors and location of various industries. So prepare thoroughly on this topic and all the best.